Hi, ito si Juan Masipag. Ngayon po, pag-usapan po natin ang mga negosyo tips o mga advices na makakatulong sa inyong pagnenegosyo. So, tip number 1, understanding the law of supply and demand. Ano bang ibig sabihin ng law of supply and demand? Simple lang po ito. Kapag merong overproduction ng isang product, or there is too much or abundance of a certain product, ang prices ng product na yun ay babagsak dahil maraming ang supply. Ngayon, ang presyo naman ng isang bagay na halos wala or scarce or halos hindi mahanap dahil rare itong product na ito, ang presyo naman nito ay magiging mahal o mataas. Nagiging mahal o mataas ito dahil maraming naghahanap ng product nito. So, in demand siya. So, ganun lang yung ibig sabihin nun. Law of supply and demand. Pag mataas ang demand, eventually yung prices ng product will rise. Pero pag oversupply tayo ng product, eventually yung mga prices ng product na yun will fall or will become cheap, maging mura po siya. Isang halimbawa nito is yung sa panahon natin sa COVID-19. Noong konti pa ang supply ng alcohol, face mask, face shield, kapag meron kang nahanap na product, mahal po siya kasi mataas yung demand and walang supply. Pero eventually, a few months later, nung nagkaroon ng mass production or maraming products galing sa China, sa Taiwan, sa Japan, there was an abundance of supply. So nagkaroon ng maraming supply. Eventually, yung mga face mask, mga alcohol, mga face shield, bumagsak yung presyo niya. So that is another example of you observing the law of demand and supply. So prices will rise and fall depending on the amount of supply of the product or depending on the demand as well of the product. So how does this apply in business? So pwede kang magpatayo ng mga negosyo which are called seasonal business. Now I'll give you an example. Before magkaroon ng before classes, before school year, ano ba ang in demand, ano bang hinahanap ng mga tao? Of course, before school year they would prepare to purchase notebooks, pencils, bags, shoes, uniform. So yan yung magandang seasonal business during that time before classes, before the school year begins, kasi there is a high demand of school uniforms, school supplies. So yan yung isang bagay na pwede mong i-take advantage. Now, another example, before the rainy season, what is something that will become in demand? Yung mga payong, mga raincoat. So yung mga bagay na yun, you can start a business, a seasonal short-term business during those periods. One of those other business which you can see frequently is yung halo-halo. That is typical during the summer season kasi nga, it's summer, it's hot, so there is a demand of, wanting to buy halo-halo. There's a lot of business ideas that arises from understanding the law of supply and demand. Another example is during Christmas season. So, nagkakaroon ng mataas na demand ng mga hamon de bola, mga Christmas basket, mga lechon, ayan, mga regalo, laruan, damit. So, ito yung panahon rin na pwede kang gumawa ng seasonal business focused on reselling ham, lechon manok, lechon manok, lechon baboy. You can do a boutique or a stall selling toys or clothes. So yung mga bagay na yun, kasi the holiday season is the time when everybody really will spend to buy something para ipamigay bilang regalo. So pwede nyo i-take advantage nyo yung period na yun because there is a high demand of those items during that period. So, but of course, there are things that you need to be cautious. Kailangan maingat ka rin kasi tandaan nyo, as an example, during the COVID-19 period, na merong mga ilang suppliers na nag-overprice ng face shield, ng face masks to the price na times 10, times 5 yung presyo. So overpricing talaga. So wag po nating gawin yon. Even though you have the product and you know that the demand is high, do not overprice kasi there are two reasons why you don't need to do that. First of all, of course, it's against the law, and second of all, you may eventually lose your business. So imbis na nakatulong ka sa kapwa mo at sa sarili mo, nakulong ka pa. So be mindful not to overprice. It is okay to have a little income as long as you follow the law and the rules of doing business. Please be mindful as a business person. You must practice sound judgment. You must have sound principles that you need to apply. You need to be fair. So although you know the laws of supply and demand, kailangan wag ka rin mag-take advantage sa mga mahirap o sa taong bayan. Make sure that you have enough income pero not to the point that it is overpriced. So that's my say. This is negosyo tip number 1. Understand the law of supply and demand. So stay tuned. Please subscribe for our next episode for negosyo tip number 2. All right. Bye.